That was not a joke. An adaptation that I painstakingly wrote over a 10-hour period of an episode of The Twilight Zone that I really liked. I really want to thank these kids and their parents especially for putting up with me and letting them take as much time as they have with it. They're all great kids, very proud of them. And this is one for the angels.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a special July cleanup sale. Lovely things. Calamine lotion. Great for sunburns. And I'm not done yet. And this very, how about binoculars?
Lou Bookman, age 60-ish, occupation pitchman. A commonplace, minute little man whose life the treadmill built out of sidewalks. In just a few moments, Mr. Lou Bookman will have to concern himself with survival, because as of this hot July afternoon, he will be stalked by Mr. Death.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, hi, Lou!
Oh, hello, children. My goodness, was it hot today?
It sure was, Lou.
What are you selling today, Lou? Toys? Are you selling toys?
I'll show you what I was selling. Here's one for you, Maggie.
Thanks, Lou.
Oh, that's all right, Maggie. And here's one for you too, Ricky.
Thanks, Lou.
Now, the Lou Bookman Ice Cream Social takes place right after supper. Don't you forget now.
Thanks, Lou.
Goodbye, Lou.
Are you okay, Lou? You look a bit ill.
Oh, I'm fine, dear. I'm just getting up there in years, that's all. Did you know I'll be 70 years old in September?
Well, Lou, you don't look that old.
Well, I should sure hope so. I do strenuous amounts of exercise in order to maintain my Olympian figure.
Oh, Lou, you're the best old man there ever was.
I wouldn't say that necessarily. Top 10, maybe.
We'll see you after supper. Goodbye, Lou.
I'll see you then. Goodbye. Why, you're that man I saw on the sidewalk today. You were writing in a book.
You are Lou Bookman, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. Is there something I can show you? Maybe something in ties. I'll get them.
No. I'm not here to buy anything. Now, let's get to business, shall we? Louis J. Bookman, age 69, right?
That's right. I'll be 70 years old in September.
Occupation pitchman, right?
Yes, that's right. Are you a census taker or something?
Born New York City, 1890.
That's right. 1890.
Father, Jacob Bookman. Mother, Flora Bookman. Father's place of birth, Detroit, Michigan. Mother's place of birth, Syracuse, New York.
That's right. You've got it all down in that book of yours right there.
Yes, we have to keep these things efficient. Now, today is the 19th of July, and your departure time is set for midnight tonight.
My departure? Excuse me a moment. Hello, Maggie.
It's broken, Lou. Can you fix it?
Sure, come right in now. Let me see it there. See that little bit right there? That's where your trouble is. You've just been playing a little too rough. See? Look, now it's all right.
Oh, thanks, Lou.
I'd introduce you to, only I don't know your name.
No need.
I'll be more careful with it from now on, Lou.
Oh, you see, this gentleman came to ask me a lot of questions.
What gentleman?
That gentleman.
What gentleman?
Mr. Bookman, she can't see or hear me.
Well, why not?
Why not what, Lou?
Well, why can't you see him or hear him?
If we're I'll see you after supper.
Well, hold on. You haven't forgotten your manners, haven't you? Aren't you going to say goodbye?
Oh, goodbye, Lou.
No. I mean to the gentleman.
Oh, it's a game. The Invisible Man. Goodbye, Invisible Man. See you after supper, Lou.
I can see you, yet she can't.
Only those who are to accompany me can see me. Understand, Mr. Bookman? Now, don't you think you better start making arrangements?
Arrangements? Arrangements for what?
For your departure.
My departure where?
You still don't get it. I'll never understand you people. You get the idiotic notion that life goes on forever. And of course it doesn't. Everyone has to go sometime.
Go? You mean...
Exactly. And what I further don't understand is how little you appreciate the nature of your departure. Think of all the poor souls that have to go in violent accidents. Those are the non-precognition victims. We're not permitted to forewarn them. You, Mr. Bookman, fall under the category of natural causes.
Natural causes. Number one, I find you a very devious sort. Number two, I think that you're dishonest. And number three, why don't you just say what you mean?
Mr. Bookman, I've done everything but phone your own undertaker. How much clearer do you want it? If you still don't know who I am, well, then you're the densest man I've ever come up against.
You're deaf.
Exactly, Mr. Bookman. Mr. Death, if you don't mind, I'd like to remain professional. Now, let's get to business, shall we? Your preordination is for death during sleep. I assume this will suit you. Your departure time is set for midnight tonight. I assume this also will come with your approval. You'll find that it's a relatively simple and painless...
Well, wait just a moment. I don't want to go.
No, they never do.
But there's no reason for me to go. I'm outside of a slight cold I had last winter and a little sliver that festered in that finger right there. I don't think I've had a sick day in 20 years.
That's as it may be, but your departure time is set for midnight, and your departure time will be at midnight.
Well, don't I have anything to say about that?
Well, we do listen to appeals, but frankly, Mr. Bookman, there's very little here in the way of an extenuating circumstance. There are three major categories for appeals. The first one is hardship cases. Now, do you have a wife or a family who may suffer beyond a reasonable point of your demise?
No. No family, no.
Second is priority cases. Statesmen, scientists, men on the verge of discoveries. I take it you're not working on any major scientific pursuit at the moment?
No, I'm afraid not. What's the third category?
I don't think you're qualified here either. Unfinished business of a major nature. Do you have any unfinished business, Mr. Bookman?
Indeed I do. Yes, I have some unfinished business. Yes, unfinished business. That's it. I have never flown in a helicopter before. That's it.
Insufficient, Mr. Bookman. Anything else?
Well, I've never seen a Zulu war dance. See, you'll have to give me a couple of months to head on down to that Zulu country and... No.
No. Unfinished business of a major nature. Something a man has yearned for and might accomplish given an extension.
Well... There is one thing.
What is it, Mr. Bookman?
Well, between you and me, I've never made a truly big pitch. A pitch so big that the skies would open up. A pitch for the angels. Now, that might not mean very much to you, but it would mean a great deal to me. It would mean that for once in my life, for one moment, I would have done something successful. It would mean that the children would be very proud of me.
The children.
Oh, yes, you know, I've had quite a fondness for children.
Yes, that's all down in the record here.
Ah, children. They haven't been beaten down by the world or crippled by old age. They look at the world and they see a world full of opportunity, ripe for the taking. I've been pitching sales more than 50 years, and I've seen all kinds of people, let me tell you. But you will never feel more love, wonder, and compassion from anyone who hasn't got the spark of imagination that children have.
Well, the problem here, Mr. Bookman, is that you require delay time until
I make that pitch I was talking to you about there.
one for the angels.
That's right. One for the angels.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bookman, but no. You see, these categories, they're fairly specific, and when reference to unfinished business of a major nature, well, The only interpretation is that... Look, what I mean to say is that to succeed in a given business venture is hardly of a major. It means a great deal to you, does it?
Oh, a great deal.
All right, Mr. Bookman. Under the circumstances, I believe I can grant you a delay.
Until?
What do you mean, until? Until you make that pitch you were talking about.
I can live until then?
That's the agreement.
Well, I think that's a fine bargain.
Now, about this pitch, Mr. Bookman, when might we be expecting it?
Soon. Very soon, but it might not be this year. It might not be for a couple of years, but soon.
Mr. Bookman, I have the very odd feeling that you're taking advantage of me.
Oh, have you now? Well, that's a pity. Because I am! You'll never find me making another pitch ever again. That was a close one. I'll hardly open my mouth from now on.
Really, Mr. Bookman, this is much more serious than you imagine. Here I've gone out of my way to help you, and this is how you repay me? It won't just end here, you understand. There will be consequences.
You made your bed and you shall have to sleep in it. We made a bargain that I don't have to go until I make another pitch, and that you'll have to wait until I make that pitch. I can say this without the least fear of contradiction. Have you got a long wait?
That's as it may be, but since you won't come with me, I've been forced to select an alternative.
Maggie!
I swear I didn't see her. She jumped right off the curb, and I never had no chance to stop. I swear to you, I never had no chance to stop at all.
Well, did somebody send for an ambulance? We need a doctor.
Yeah, I'll go.
You're going to be just fine, darling. Just fine.
Oh, hi, Lou.
Hello, sweetheart.
Lou?
Yes?
Who's that man?
Do you see him?
Yes, Lou.
Now, wait just a minute. No, sirree, you can't take her. You can't take her. Now listen, I'll go. Never mind the pitch. I don't even want to wait. You can't take her. I'll go with you and... Doctor?
It's hard to tell. She's a very sick little girl, but we should know soon enough. She should hit a crisis by midnight.
By midnight?
I think by then.
Thank you, doctor. He won't come in. I won't let him in. Oh, Maggie. What have I gotten you into now? What has this poor, stupid old fool gotten you into now?
You're not stupid, Lou.
Oh, Maggie, I didn't mean to wake you. I'll go back to sleep.
Oh, I don't mind. I love talking to you.
Well, I mind. How are you going to get any better if you don't rest?
Am I gonna get better, Lou? Am I gonna die?
Now, don't you dare ever think another thought like that again. I promise that you're going to be perfectly healthy. I swear on my mother and my father's grave on it. You're going to be perfectly fine.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad to die right now. I mean, I'd be right right next to you.
Now, what did I just say? You are not going to die tonight or anytime soon. Now, me on the other hand.
Oh, Lou, you're not gonna die. How could a big shot like you up and die for no reason?
Maggie, I'm many things, but big shot isn't one.
I guess you are. To me and the other kids, at least. It might not mean much, but you mean the whole world to me.
Maggie, I'm going on a trip soon, sort of vacation.
Oh, that's great. When will you be back?
You see, that's the thing. I might not be coming back.
Oh.
So, just in case we never get to see each other again, I want you to know that if I ever had a daughter, I wish she could have been exactly like you.
I love you, Lou.
I love you too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a flight to catch.
Bye.
Goodbye, man.
Good evening, Mr. Bookman.
You've got business in there?
I certainly do. It's 11:45.
Mr. Death, that girl is only 8 years old. I'm ready now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bookman, but I had to make other arrangements. It's impossible to change them now. She's to come with me at midnight, and so I must be in there at midnight.
And if you're not in there?
Well, I'd be pretty much unheard of. If I wasn't in there at exactly midnight, the whole timetable would be upset. No, it's unheard of.
Unheard of, huh?
What are you doing, Mr. Bookman?
Oh, just setting up a little pitch, that's all.
This late at night?
Oh, I very often have a late sale. Very often.
How many customers?
Well, they'll be here. Of course, you're here anyway.
Yes, but I'm afraid I'm not much of a customer.
Well, have you seen my stock? Take this lovely tie, for instance. What does it look like to you?
A tie.
Well, feel.
So?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will feast your eyes on quite possibly the greatest invention since atomic energy, a simulated silk, so fabulously conceived as to even mystify the ancient Chinese silk manufacturers. A piquant inner weaving of gossamer softness, such an unbelievable attention to detail. Witness, if you will, a demonstration of tensile strength. Feel that, if you will, sir. Unbelievable, isn't it? As strong as steel, yet as delicate and fragile as Shantung silk. Now, picture, if you will, 300 years of back-breaking research and labor in order to develop that, the absolute ultimate in thread. Now, what would you expect to pay for this unbelievable, I say incredible, amazing, and fascinating development of the tailor's art? Would you pay $30 a spool? 20? 15? Very well you might, sir, if you are trying to purchase this in stores. But this very thread is not available in stores, for it is smuggled in by oriental birds, especially trained for ocean travel. Each carrying a minute quantity in a small satchel underneath their ruby throats. It takes 832 crossings in order to supply enough thread to go around one spool. And tonight, at my introductory mid-hot July summer sale, I offer you this thread at not $20 a spool, not 10, not 5, but at the ridiculously low price of 25 cents a spool.
All right, I'll take all you have.
Sewing needles, blocks of leather, yarn, and marvelous plastic shoelaces, a genuine static eradicator that will fit any standard radio, suntan oil, eczema powder, athlete's fit destroyer, razors, and how about some nice cashmere socks?
All right, I'll take all you have, all of it.
All right, sir. Now, for the pièce de résistance, an item never before offered in this or any other country. 1. Guaranteed live human manservant.
How's that?
For what, I ask, you receive a willing, capable, worldly, unbelievably loyal, capable right-hand man to use in any capacity you see fit.
How's that?
Me, Louis J. Bookman, the first model of his kind. He comes to you with an absolute guarantee, all parts interchangeable, with 4 years serviceability. He eats little, he sleeps little, he rests only occasionally, and he's right there at your elbow, at your beck and call whenever needed.
Mr. Bookman, you're a persuasive man.
I challenge any other store, wholesale house, or factory to even come close to what I'm offering you here today. Because, my dear man, I offer you the best
It's midnight, and I've missed my appointment.
Give her the sedatives every 3 hours, Miss Polanski. She'll be all right. She just needs a lot of rest now. She'll be all right.
1 minute past midnight, Mr. Bookman, and you made me miss my appointment.
Thank God.
That was a most persuasive pitch, Mr. Bookman.
Ah, yes. It was quite the pitch. Very effective. You know, it's the one I've always wanted to make. A pitch so big that the skies would open up.
A pitch for the angels.
That's right. A pitch for the angels. Well, I guess it's time for me now.
As per our agreement.
Well, I do believe I'm ready now.
After you, Mr. Bookman.
Oh, excuse me a moment. I forgot something. I'll be back in a minute. You never know if somebody might need something up there. Up there?
Up there, Mr. Bookman. You made it.
Bill Bookman, age 60-ish, formerly a fixture of the summer, formerly a rather minute component to a hot July afternoon, but throughout his life, a man beloved by the children, and therefore a most important man. Couldn't happen, you say? Probably not in most places. But it did happen, in the Twilight Zone.